All right, welcome back. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night, doing a little bit more Darklands. We'll see how this goes. Not it's during the day, which is not usually when I get to record, and it's really beautiful out. So I've opened up all the windows, so that's probably going to be terrible for this recording. So we'll see how it goes. I wanted to test this microphone. I've had it for a while. I just wanted to compare. It's stupid, but if you're wondering why the microphone switched, I just wanted to compare again how it did with, the background noise rejection compared to the OC18 that I usually been using, and if there's more, it's the self noise. I want to hear how much you hear, because I have a feeling that this is probably going to be a lot worse, and I don't know if it's because I'm doing something wrong or if it's just the mics. Anyway, so yeah, last time I had a really good time. We took on a quest from Spire that led us to, you know what, let me bring up the map, and then let me see if I can remember to turn the game back on this time. But let's see. So we took off from, where is Spire? It's down here. So we Spire, went up to Worms, Mainz, Koblenz, Kulm, or however you say it. Boom, boom, boom. We made our way up to Nijmegen. Collected a piece of artwork by bribing guards and stealing it from a local merchant's office. And then made our way back down. And it seems simple, but we had a number of random encounters. We stumbled across a few things along the way, like a burned out village. And yeah, overall, I felt like it was a great encapsulation of what makes Darklands what it means to me. It sort of incorporated everything that I thought was just absolutely great about the game. So now let's this doesn't seem right. I think we made it back to, we were definitely in the inn in Spire. Let me see, 10-4. Oh, here's a 10-4, 50. Okay. For some reason, I don't know how it organizes this, because we got a 10-4 up here, but then we're like a 10-4 way down here. Let's see this one. Still not right. Okay. I might need to delete a few of these. Let's see. 10-4, 10-4. Let's delete some 10-3. Some more 10-3, 10-3. Here we go. We got a 101. Okay. Okay, this looks right. Yeah, we'd made it back to the inn in Spire. We're all healed up. And let's just see if there's any... Let's go check out the churches. Let's make sure we've gotten any saints that we might check out here. Let's make sure Henri is the leader. Okay, and we're going to go to Saints in the Library. 6 groschen. I don't know how much I have. 7 floor and 15 groschen. So that's not actually all that bad. So now we're going to bust out again the clue book. And let's take a look. We've got, we got Margart. St. Thomas Aquinas feels like a pretty big pull. Drogo and Florian. So let's check out what they do. And I don't know how long I'll be able to go. Right? It's I'm very fortunate in some ways that my job does not start until a little bit later in the morning than a typical 9 to 5, and so I can I have to get up to take the kids to school anyway, and it means that either I could do something productive during that time before the work kicks in officially, or I could do this. And I decided this morning to do this. So Drogo bumps perception, heal, woodwise, and helps prevent ambushes for 7 days. That's not bad. That's Drogo. We got Florian next. Bumps riding, bumps the weapon currently in use. If the nearest city is Austrian, Wien, Graz, Passau, Salzburg, Linz or Steyr, your local rep goes up. Oh, interesting. In addition, the party can cross impassable waters for 24 hours. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. We got Margart. Let's check that out. Well, I'm wondering if that's just shortening Margaret. So I don't know. So this might. So it says Saint Margart C, but I'm guessing that's going to be Saint Margaret of Cortona. Heals endurance 100%. Heals strength 40%. Heal skill bumps up. Speed common. Healing endurance is not a huge thing. I think you can just do that by camping if we were out on the road. But it might be something, if we're in a dungeon or something. Healing strength by 40% could be something. I wonder if it's just it heals 40% of your strength, like it's a hard number, or every time does it heal 40% of your strength, so you could pray multiple times to heal. And then finally, the big dog, St. Thomas Aquinas. Let's see what he does. All right, St. Thomas Aquinas. Curdles cheese 15% faster. That doesn't seem very useful. No, not really. It's intelligence bump, speak common bump, speak Latin bump, read write bump, heal skill up as well. I kind of think I like. What was Drogo? Bumps heal skill and prevents ambushes. That could be useful. But I think I'm going to go with Margaret. Again, I'm sort of fixated on the idea of healing because that's what stopped us cold in that mine. So what else is going on? I don't think there's a university here. I think we're sort of left with just the church. So anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to sneak in this session before. So it might not be a monster session like last time. And again, I want to apologize for leaving the map up. I don't want to switch this to individual pieces that I assemble in DaVinci Resolve. I want to be able to leave this as a template just because it makes my life easier. And again, like I was mentioning last time, maybe someday I'll stream it. Even if I stream it at like 1 a.m, just to see how it all works. But in the meantime, I'll try and be better about keeping an eye on my little feedback OBS screen there. Okay, so it's nighttime. We don't really care about getting rep because we're already, as you can see, a local hero. So this is the thing. Joss Whedon sort of been discovered, for being a little, a big jerk on set, being a pretty. People don't want to work with him. A lot of bad stories. But Firefly did coin the phrase "big damn heroes," and are we allowed to still do that? We're not going to mess with chasing down bandits in the alleys, so we're just going to get a good night's sleep, and we're going to hit the road. We're also going to just walk out of the city. We're not going to use alchemy to distract, but let's see if we can just sneak out for no reason. All right, well, let's simply walk out. I keep hoping that'll like bump up our stealth or something. Okay, so we are once again here in Spire, and like I mentioned, I linked to it last time in the show description. There's a link on the Steam community about, hey, what do you do in the mid game? And I think it suggested going to Nuremberg, I thought, which I think is right here. We're right here. And so maybe we make the trip, right? Now, I think last time I checked, we could take a boat from Spire to Worms, but that wasn't really much. Others were locked out for some reason. Heidelberg, yeah. So let's start making our way to Nuremberg, just to see why that's the way to go. Okay, so we're going to go north until we hit Mainz, and then cut east to Frankfurt on Main. Okay. So it's interesting. By the time this goes up, I did another session of Starfield. I almost said Skyrim. All right. You encounter a small group of refugees. It's interesting that we still can't lead them in prayer to cure them. I wonder why. But again, we've seen this a couple times already. And this is what I was sort of getting into in the last session. Like, that first trip was really special because you're seeing all this for the first time. But now that we've already seen things, is it going to start getting a little repetitive? Let's check out this small hamlet. The hamlet of Guntersblum nestles up against a hill. A small church sits amidst a graveyard. We might have been here already, but I can't remember. Smoke curls from the blacksmith's forge. Peasants labor in their fields, and somewhere a dog barks. We could talk to the village leader, visit the church, go to the smithy, seek shelter for the night, or pray to a saint for guidance. Oh, we do have a saint. Okay. Let's try just talking to the leader. Authority in a German hamlet is invested in the Schultz, a combination of mayor, bailiff, and soldier. He's wealthy for a peasant and has the power to pass judgment and administer the law. With the help of the village elders, whoops, that was not a period, that was a comma. He also has heavy responsibilities. He owns armor and weapons and, in wartime, is required to leave his home and fight for the distant masters. Despite his importance, he's willing to talk to... Oh, okay, I don't know if you know, but we're a pretty big deal in this neck of the woods, but thank you for taking us. Let's talk for help. Information. Has little of import to tell you. The church hold mass every morning, and the folk in the hamlet are willing to take in boarders. Okay. We go all in. Accuses Hamlet of satanic practices. No, we're not going to do that. What does help mean? Yeah, I can think of nothing we could do to assist such mighty folk. So, okay, so there you go. I'm wondering if that's sort of a, hey, check their local fame and see what's up and come back with one response over another. I have no idea, but please forgive us. You're goddamn right. See what the smithy can do. I assume it's just, when you step in, he looks up and frowns. What do you want? I feel like that's how I would address customers. Just be like, oh, gotta be kidding me. The thing that I derive my livelihood from. Ugh. Let's buy and sell goods. Let's see what he's got. 25 quality. So what I'm kind of curious about, I have no way to know. Maybe it's in the clue book. It's not that important, but it would be really cool if, like, there was a very local blacksmith that was just an absolute gem of a craftsman, right? And so you just get like this out of it, all of a sudden, like, this one guy's like pumping out 40 quality stuff. One of the cool things, I was talking about Harn a lot, and I do try and keep this somewhat connected to actual role-playing games, but one of the cool things about Harn World, the setting, is it's so insanely in depth that anything that they publish material for, they will set like the quality of the craftsmen in that area. So like, you can find like a little village that just happens to have like a 5-star on Yelp kind of blacksmith or something going on. Whoops. I guess I have to go south. Yeah, I'm a little forgetful or clumsy or unaware of how the landmark hitboxes work. But anyway, so that's one of the great things about Harn, is that if you want that detail, it's absolutely there. Let's see. Looking into the next valley, see a fierce battle raging. Okay, I think we've sort of encountered this one as well. So we're going to go into the fray because, we can take the hit, and if everything goes wrong, we can just stop in the next town and heal up, earn a little money, etc., etc. So let's see if we can do some missile hits. No? Okay, 2 missile. Yeah, with these microphones, like, it's hard, right? I didn't know what I was doing when I got into this. I still don't know what I was doing clearly from leaving the map up for 25 minutes in the last session, but you only can, do so much research. And I tried a bunch of different microphones, and there was no way for me to have known what I should have done initially. But so I had just sort of a smattering of mics laying around, and I've since sold all of them off but 2. And those 2 are the OC18 or OC18, I'm not sure which, and this Shure SM7B. This one, I really struggled with, and I don't know if it's going to sound as good as the OC18, but for the longest time I really struggled with trying to get this mic, trying to be happy with this mic. Did anybody go down? Henri's taking a beating, but it looks like we're holding tough. It's mostly stamina. But it clearly did the best job of the old pile of mics, of the background rejection, etc., etc. Let's get to Sighard for the. Let's get to Eckhard for the arrows. And then let's go back to Sighard as my main pack mule. Anyway, so it almost got to the. Did somebody go down? No. Because I was suddenly seeing scale, and I was like, oh, but that might have been their leader. All right, got some missile impacts going up. That's good. And we get a Florin and 4 Groshen. Not bad. Oh, wait, did somebody just say, whoa, sorry. I thought I just saw a brass handgun. I was sort of skimming because we'd already sort of seen it, but now I'm suddenly realizing we've already had that encounter, so I just kind of skimmed through it. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, look at that. Brass handgun. 42 quality. Huh. I don't have any ammo for it. I don't know what you need. I'll have to look it up. But anyway. Very nice. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save it. So yeah, it took me a little while to sort of be happy with this one, and I'm glad I stuck with it. The OC18 was much easier to get it to sound good, and I think it might sound a little better, and it's definitely quieter. Its self-noise is quieter, and it's shockingly good at rejecting, as I bang my pole here, at rejecting noise. I was expecting, like, as a condenser, that it would be pretty rough. You know what? Let's try making camp. I want to try the Saint to heal, just to see what happens. Make camp is going to be a... Was it F8? But I'm glad I stuck with this microphone to try and be happy with it. It sort of became like a point of pride at some point. Let's have him guard. Can't pray. So let's skip this then. Let's just go to town. And heal up here. Okay, we're in Mainz. So this is where we have to start breaking east. But first, we're going to go to the broad daylight. We're going to charm just to see if we can... Nope. And we're going to go to the inn. But yeah, so like I said, I was really happy to sort of wrestle with this one and finally... And that allowed me to basically sell everything else off. The experiment. I tried a bunch of different things, and you probably saw some of them here on these streams. And, but now I can... Because I tend to go down rabbit holes, and I feel like, oh, maybe I should try that. Maybe that's the one, and I keep, circling and circling, and next thing you know, you have like 8 microphones or whatever. And now I got it down to 2. Luckily, I was able to sell most of them for basically what I paid, but it's never perfect, right? So that's why I was kind of, but what I'm hoping that means is that portion of my, learning the technical stuff is over, and I can just stop that, and I can now focus on other aspects of this hot business of putting up 31-year-old games on the internet. Okay, so we've got what we need here. Let's, since we're here, let's check great churches. Is there a university? What is our reputation here? Just out of curiosity. Unknown. Okay, so we've exited the sort of area where we'd be famous for the other stuff down in Spire. So we're probably not going to be able to get into like the political center and sort of big time everybody with the, classic, do you know who I am? So let's go to the churches. Let's see, Great Cathedral, another church. It seems to be where they study church law and administration. That seems to be where you go for saints, but let's just quickly... Oh, interesting. Virtuously donate one of your relics for favor and recognition. So I think, I don't know if it was in the last session, it had to have been in the last session, there was a church that specifically said, hey, we're not into relics, but this one seems like they might be. So that's very cool. That there's a distinction. Some churches. Let's try this one, see if there's anything. So we could give them a ton of money, bumping up our divine favor, of which we have not spent any. So that's not necessary, but it could improve our virtue, which was pretty poor. But we're not here for that. We are here for collect. And you know what? And we're here for the saints, and I'm forgetting alchemy. So let's head over here. Let's see if they can tutor. So if we wanted to, we could go to the end. That's right. That's how that works. But let's see what they got. As you are escorted into the library, a gift of 6 groschen. So that's what you're looking for. And now let's see what we got. St. John, Coleman, Gertrude. It's probably what it's going to be. And then John something. So we got a Coleman. So let's start with the C. Coleman is going to be, it says St. Coleman of Cloyne. Bumps charisma, speak common, speak Latin, read right. Okay. Next up is, let's see if it's a Gertrude. The next one is going to be, looks like St. Gertrude of Nivelles. I don't know if you think my German pronunciation is bad, you should see my French. Let's see. Bumps charisma, speak Latin, read right. Woodwise, riding. The party's in the countryside. It is immediately moved to the outskirts of the nearest city. Uh-huh. That's very cool. Let's put a pin in that one. And then we got 2 St. Johns. So let's see what the Johns are. We've got a John of... Climacus is what I'm guessing that CLMC is. Each non-weapon skill increased by 1 to 4, plus the target's current virtue divided by 5. Okay, so that seems like a general bump of all non-fighting skills, assuming you're virtuous. So I guess if you had like a virtue of 8 divided by 5, a virtue of 40, divide that by 5 would give you like a +8 to your. Okay, and then St. John Umpel is Nipelmuchen. Charisma up, intelligence up, common up, way up. Streetwise, a bump. If the nearest city is Prague, local rep goes way up. If nearest city is another in Bohemia, local rep goes up a little bit less, but still goes up. During interactions, this saint may force people to tell the truth. This can be very helpful in a number of countryside encounters. I'm going to go for that one. And the reason why is because Is that just to make sure I'm, yeah. When you're accusing people of being Satanists and stuff, this might help with that. So, all right. We're all healed up. Let's see if it'll let us leave. Okay, even at night you can leave. Okay, and it puts us across the river. Nice. Okay, so now we have to break east towards Frankfurt am Main. So let's do that. Should probably save. Ahead of you, see a few heavy wagons moving slowly, guarded by a small party of soldiers. Okay. I think we've encountered this before. Let's see if they want to sell. 25 giant cudgel. Nice. I don't think we actually really need any of this. I would need to... Yeah, it's very simple. Just these 4 items. So let's leave and let's see if we can travel together. They don't completely trust us, so that's fine. So we'll let them go. I get that, you know, like you're going to reuse artwork. I appreciate that. We watch the caravan continue on its journey and disappear into the distance from like 4 perverts in a bush. Oh, it's nice discussing things with you. Yeah, no business. Okay, well, you know, have a safe travel. Now we're just going to go into this bush and peek over the hedge like like we should be on a list. Okay. So, in my headcanon, we don't look at him like that. Okay, so this should be Frankfurt am... What's that? See, I was saying, you know, like, by the time this goes up, my last Starfield should be blah, blah, blah. Nope. Somehow the click got... And the what's that I just had is exactly why I decided to stop streaming Starfield. And it's my intention to keep playing it, but I never had that kind of what's that. Oh, look at that. It tracks seasons, ladies and gentlemen. We probably already discussed that, but you just got to see it go from summer to fallish. Is this something, or is it just a hill? Okay. But yeah, the last session of Starfield that I played was just intensely boring. And in a little bit was, you know, we discussed about how, you know, the fast travel stuff and how Skyrim, you know, elicits this, oh, what's that over there? Let's go explore and figure it out. No, let's not wander into the woods. And I think, you know, having, you know, listened to, you know, a lot of people talk about how it's like a series of fast travels. And I think that's actually, in the end, I think everybody's right. I think that's what kills it. You can't have that, what's that over there? Because you're constantly being forced into miniature, not sandboxes, but maybe like litter boxes, you know what I mean? You know, smaller, trying to accomplish the same thing, and it just doesn't work. You know, it's just, it feels very disconnecting, and I don't feel like I'm traveling, you know, in this world the way I do definitely here and the way I do in Skyrim. I feel like it just emphasizes the, like, you know, checking off a list of to-dos style of gameplay. Now, the reason why I'm stopped here is because, let me bring up the map. So we got to Frankfurt am Main, and I think this fork in the road means we're here. So I was just confirming that while I was rambling, that's what the thing is. So we want to take the southern road to Würzburg, and then we'll be on our way to Nuremberg. I hope that's actually Nuremberg. Let me... Maybe there's 2 that have very similar names. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I just see Nurnberg, so I'm assuming that's the one. Okay, so... Yeah, so here we are. We're at that fork in the road. Let's cut down to Würzburg, maybe stop there, see what they've got in terms of the classic saints and possible universities. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, that... You know what? Before we do too much, let's stop on the road. Let's save. Yeah, but that simple "what's that" I just experienced is everything in a weird way that so far I found lacking in Starfield. You know, it's another one of these where the merchants are getting jumped. So let's. Would be cool if we got that brass handgun going. It just blows through people. Well, I mean, not that's awesome, but you know what I mean. Like, see what it could do, like in a fight. Missile. Okay. Bowyers should be able to get a second shot off. I think the crossbows might be done for the fight. They whiffed. Can they get a third one off? It looks like the crossbow, he might be out of things. Maybe that's the problem, but looks like she might have gotten a second shot off. So let's start the fray. I'm not, I've said this in various ways before. I'm not doing Henri correctly. Snicker. I'm not using him correctly in these fights. He's tending to be stuck on his own, and he's not a tank, and I'm not setting things up so that he can just do damage. You know what? I'm just gonna. I don't know what he only took one shot, and I don't know why. This is for Eckhard. So let me. Okay, let's leave. How did I do? 72 to 73. So I'm getting solid, right? Bow weapons, okay. Virtue, nice. You saved our lives and our fortunes. Now I'm not going to just blow through it. Another merchant gives you a composite bow. So if you wonder why do you do these repetitive things over and over, that might be why. So who's got the best bow skill? Let's take a look. Bow of 30. Bow of 30. I assume the brass handgun is going to be MSD, weapon, missile, something. Which I also assumed was for crossbow. Oh, that's why he's running out of stuff, because I thought he had a crossbow and he has a regular bow, so I wasn't giving him arrows. So who's got a crossbow then? Okay, so let's see. He should have some quarrel, so I'm just going to hand that off to Sigrun. Composite bow, we've got a 21 or 30. So I think the 30 is going to have to take the... So I'm not doing anything right. He's using a crossbow when he's got a better bow skill. Or maybe I just don't know how any of these things work. Who got the composite bow? Probably the party leader. Who's got a bow of 30. You know what? Just give it to him. I wonder how much slower it's going to be. You would think overall, like it's you know, it might be a little slower to draw, but you know, it's not like you have to crank it like a crossbow. I'm starting to wonder if I should have just made everybody with bows. It probably doesn't like punch through armor as much, but at least they'd get more shots off. Oh well. Okay. So again, definitely want to save though. I don't know if I did after that last one, but I don't want to lose that composite bow. Let's see. Okay. All right, so we're starting to get near the time when I might have to jump off unexpectedly, but we'll see how it goes. See what's going on in this village. The hamlet of Aschschaffen nestles up against a hill. Okay. Same basic. We could pray to a saint for guidance. That's interesting. Let's see what. I don't think I'm going to do it, but let's see what the saint would let us do. It's Saint Heribert. During interactions, this saint may help you perceive evil in peasants. Huh. So we wouldn't be going off like half-cocked on our satanic accusations. We'd actually maybe have some insight. But let's talk to the Schultz. We've already gone through the importance. He decides to talk to us. Let's get some information. A little importance to tell you. The nearest big town is Frankfurt on Main. Okay. So let's leave here. Let's go to the smithy, see if it's got anything worth. We do have stuff to sell. Oh, interesting. I don't know if this is interesting at all, but it's got a 30 quality composite bow for sale for 3,400 Pfennig. Now we have 2207 Pfennig, so we can't afford it. But I wonder if there's any connection to the fact that the people that we just helped protect near this village had a composite bow on them, or is it just random loot generation and just works out and sort of in my head tells a sort of little story. Who knows, right? Nope. Let's barter for another person. Let's do Sigurd because I know he's carrying a bunch of crap. I could probably sell this crossbow, to be honest with you. I feel like everybody's loaded up. And he's using a bow. Oh, no, he's using a crossbow. What am I doing? But he's better with a bow. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Oh, well. Well, if he's using a crossbow, well, let's sell these, obviously. Sell these. Some falchions. Battle axe. Got 3 short bows. Let's sell those. I think he has a... I guess this is the way you check what because you can go back and forth. It looks like he's got a large shield. So, you have to sort of check this list to see what you have equipped, then go back and understand what you can and can't sell. No, but I don't want to barter for somebody else. I clicked the wrong thing. Apologies. C card. Okay, let's finish selling these. The falchions, the leather, the padded. Scale. 15 quality is not amazing. Oh, look at that. All of a sudden I can afford a composite bow. So what armor are we rocking? This guy's got some plate, so that's good. Scale. Leather. Scale. Okay. Let's keep 1 scale for Sigrun. And let's call it. You know what? Let's try praying to a saint for aid. What's the worst that can happen? So we've got a 40% chance of success. Saint Heribert, an active peacemaker devoted to the poor. He is known for ending a severe drought by praying for rain. He increases strength by a small amount and increases charisma by a good amount, or a large amount when dealing with farmers. He can also sense evil in farmers and peasants. It's nice, like they give you little flavor text, because again, text is cheap, right? So it's cool that they they give you all this. Oop, I keep banging give you all this stuff. So let's spend more divine favor. Let's get a 70% chance and see what happens. Calling to St. Herbert, Henri feels a brief surge of contentment and peace. We should be safe here. Okay. So it looks like this village is not a satanic home base. Okay, so I need to go south and then around. Another thing about this microphone, I had the same problem with the LCT, the Lewitt LCT 440 Pure as the OC18. I want to turn them sideways. Maybe the trick is I just don't use the shock mount, but I feel like you need the shock mount, or maybe you don't, I don't know. But when you use the shock mount, like the LCT 440 Pure turning sideways, I couldn't use the shock mount because it wasn't stiff enough it drooped into the frame, so it was making contact. So if you bumped, it wasn't suspended. Turning it right side, vertical, it gets in the way of the keyboard. So that's what I'm always trying to do. I'm trying to create eye lines that are clean as I keep bumping everything. The OC18, I can turn sideways in its thing, so it makes it a little easier to see the keyboard, but it's so wide that it's tricky. This thing, it might not sound as good, but hopefully it sounds pretty good. I don't know. But it's the most out of the way, because it's this way instead of this way, or so it makes it the easiest to deal with everything I'm looking at. Okay, so we should be making our way to Würzburg now if we're going to start cutting south. Let's see if this is Würzburg. Okay, so, I'm watching this for 53. Obviously, I spent some divine favor. All right, you come across a Dominican friar with a small crowd of followers. Hail, good Christians. We've had this one before. Basically, it's a little bit of a shakedown. Where if you don't pay, they could potentially throw a curse on you. One time, I think it ended up in a fight, and then it dinged my virtue because even though they were quasi-charlatans, you're not supposed to murder the Christian folk. Okay, we made it to Würzburg. All right, so let's quickly... Würzburg right here. So yeah, we've traveled from Speyer to Worms to Mainz, Frankfurt am Main, hit the fork in the road, found Würzburg. So there we are. Before you lies the walled city of Würzburg, the leading city. You know what I should do? Why don't I turn the game back on? Before you lies the walled city of Würzburg, the leading city of a sprawling, independent bishopric. It is the capital of all lands ruled by Prince Bishop of Würzburg. Makes sense. You suspect that you will be respected here. That's the part that was sort of interesting. Because I'm wondering if that means we've hit an area where... Have we done some stuff? Let's see, Würzburg... Like, is there some radius to Speyer? I have no idea how it... I'm curious how it determines that. Or is this where we started? Is this where we began the game? Is that why? Because we did a little bit of local grinding on the bandits. Again, phrasing. Let's go to the main gate in broad daylight. Let's try and... Let's make Sigrun the leader, just to do this... fast talk check. Nope, didn't work. Let's make C-Card the leader, just for whatever reason. Let's pay the toll. So first things first, let's get Henri. So 54. So that seems to go up over time. So that's good to know. Let's head to got a market, fortress, political center. Let's go to the churches, as always. There's a university here. Okay, so I need to be careful and make sure that the spires of the churches might also include a university. That's good to know. So let's make Henri the leader. And then let's head first to look at saints. Let's spend a florin just to see how much divine favor that gets us. Okay, after a few hours, you indeed feel better in the eyes of your creator. When the monk's chants finally fade to silence, a novice appears and ushers you through a door. You step through. Okay, did it do anything? Okay, gave me a bump of 5. But now let's get back to why we're really here, which is the saints. Okay, it's going to be 10 groschen. I never quite remember the conversion, so let's... nope. Okay, so what I really want to do is we have 8 groschen. And what are they asking for? 10. Okay. All right, let's see. St. Patrick, St. Vitus, St. Cecilia, St. Coleman, Cloch, which I think we had somewhere else and we decided to go with someone different. So let's check out who St. Cecilia and Coleman. Let's refresh ourselves on that. St. Cecilia bumps charisma. If a person praying has a musical instrument, it bumps it even more. It's a big bump to local rep. She can save a party from suffocation. Interesting. Or allow them to survive without breathing, which... this is useful in a few special situations. Okay. Let's double check Coleman of Cloyne. Again, bump to charisma, common, Latin, read, write. Okay. Check out Patrick. Feels like a little bit of a big pull. Big bump to charisma, strength, edge weapons, impale weapons, pole arms, speak common, speak Latin, read, write, and armor thickness increases by 2 against flame weapons. So gives you a little fire protection, so that might be good. And then last but not least, Vitus. If the party's in the countryside, it is immediately moved to the outskirts of the nearest city. So maybe that is a little bit of the least. Let's go with Patrick. Cool. Okay, let's check out the university. Now, for the university, I'd want Sigrun to be, because she's the alchemist. So let's get her to be party leader if that matters. And it might not matter given at the Universitat, the university in Würzburg, the snobbish snaff prefer to speak Latin and expect a perspective and whatever. Perceptive. Okay, so knowledge of new saints. Let's see if they have different. So they won't let us in there. I wonder what it would take to get in. Like, why are we not? What are we missing? I'll need to look this up at some point because Speak Latin is 40. Oh, no, Speak Latin is 30. Speak Common is 40. Alchemy is 40. It's not like we're terrible. What's the Latin here? I feel like his Latin should be better if he's the priest guy. These guys are morons when it comes to talking. So Sigrun really is the best Latin speaker. Maybe you just need like a Latin of like 40 or 50 or something. Nope. So yeah, we're getting, let's see, a teacher we can hire. We're getting shut out of the university, so we got to figure that out. In a short time, you find the rector's office where you can enroll for classes in literacy, Latin, alchemy, and philosophy. As visiting students, says the administrator, we expect you to take up residence at Shift Baron, okay, and from there select daily classes you prefer. All fees are payable daily in advance. Okay, so that's good to know. So let's head to the main street and let's go to the inn. And let's take up residence and see. Let's have Sigurd earn. Henri needs to get a little strength back. Sigrun, let's see what we can train. Healing would be really useful, but I think what we need is better. Let's double check what our healing is for. Heal 4, 7. Somebody's a healer. 26. It's not great. I think you want at least 30. C card. Okay, but what we really want for now is... let's bump our Latin up. So I think we're all set here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the cash just to see how much we're bleeding. Okay. Only 4 groschen. Okay, so we can eat that for a little bit. But we can't eat that if it's not going to keep going up. Let's try one more. Okay, so maybe we got our bump there. So let's have her earn. Let's have Henri train. Was it Henri that was the healer? Heal 26. Let's see if we can get a couple of points or something for Henri. Maybe we should bump her alchemy too if we're able to do that. Whew. 110. Over double what the other one. Or was it? Yeah. Okay, so let's spend a day doing that. 26, 27. 27, 20. Okay, because he's not great at it. It looks like he can get a couple at. Whoops. But then it switched to relaxes. I wonder if that's telling us, hey, you've done it. That's all you're going to get. So let's get back to earn. Let's get her over to train. Or are we just done? Is that it? I mean, I could sit here earning money back, but yeah, maybe that's how it is. Maybe you just get to pick one skill. So we got alchemy of 40. So we got a bump on speak Latin of 1. Henri got his heal up a couple of points, so that can't hurt. Okay. Alchemy work is always interesting because you could blow something up. What I really need to do is okay, so you got like a slow spell. I love this kind of magic that it's sort of grounded. You throw an alchemy potion that's like sludge. And it's like this spell oil or whatever it is in D&D. Okay, the draft. That can increase agility. Oil that improves their quality. Oh, that's interesting. An oil applied to non-impact weapons. Okay, so I guess it's called Deadly Blade. But I wonder, like, what does a pole arm count as? I don't know. Okay, let's do something else. I think we're done. We may have done what we need to do here in Würzburg. And let us now make our way to Nuremberg. I'll be curious now. I won't do it now, but maybe after this session, maybe now I'll go check on why that sort of mid-game thing recommends going to Nuremberg. Let's walk out the main gate. Let's try this just in case there's a chance it can improve stealth, but otherwise let's just walk out the main gate and let's start heading. Basically we want to go southeast. So it looks like we're going to follow this road. I assume the Divine Favor goes up because it assumes, like, as you travel, days over days, you're doing prayers, you're doing things like that. So at least it makes sense that it would regain over time. Okay. Ahead on the road, I think we're going to see this shakedown traveling... Oh, wait, no. This isn't the shakedown. Okay. This is sort of a... let's interrupt our travels and escort them. This is like the traveling pack that's really beat up trying to get somewhere, like, in this case, the shrine of, I think, Saint something Mary or something. So we're going to head back, but it's not too far. The trip to Würzburg is slow and laborious, with the aged pilgrims taking 3 days. That's fine. Fortunately, it is an uneventful trip with no more excitement than bandaging a sprained ankle. Of course, that's what the flavor text was last time. So they're very happy, and it gave us a big bump to our divine favor. Maybe not a big bump, but it went from like 71 to 83. So that's a good way to get those points back, I guess. And I should save, now that I did that. You know, it's interesting. You know, going back to Skyrim, Starfield, like, I think Skyrim and Darklands, this is showing like the power of creating your own narrative. You know, trusting the player to sort of create. Let's interrupt our travels and escort them since we're going to Nuremberg anyway. Virtue, nice. I'll take that bump. Henri went from an 80-something divine favor, now back up to 95. Looks like there's like a potential Raubritter castle right there. I don't know if it's actually... Oh, suddenly a sounder of wild boars burst from the undergrowth. Taken aback by this unexpected onslaught, let's try dodging just to see if it... Nope, took some hits. The boars charged through, slamming several of you. Okay, so we got hit. Time to fight. I wonder if these are tough. I think like in real life, wild boars are not something you want to mess with. I mean, not that I want to mess with anything, you know, like, oh, you know, look at me. Okay, so 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, 4 attack. I'm wondering how deadly they're going to be here. We're doing some pretty decent damage on them, so that's good. But somebody just took some solid shots. Henri, of course. Again, I don't care if we go down because we're right outside of Nuremberg. We can just heal. Yeah, no, they're no joke. You know, Sigurd's walking around in plate. Now, granted, he's got a two-handed sword, so I think, did I... No, I went back to the shield, I think. All the swine are dead or fled. You pry out their tusks. They are thought to be good luck charms, then slice off some pork to roast and eat on the way. Okay, so let's get into here. We're going to approach the gate during daylight. Let's see if Sigrun can fast talk her way through things. Nope. Okay, so let's pay the toll. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. Let's head to the stables. Let's head to the inn with stables. Oh, interesting. You know, let's just for curiosity's sake, let's look at... I think buying horses will help you... Oh, wait, what did they... I wasn't looking. The stable boy assures you that the inn stables will take care of any mounts. Oh, okay. He also says if you come back during the day, the stable master... Because I think if you buy horses... I don't know what I assume our riding skill would start to go up, but I think you travel across land faster. Now, if my recollection is, I don't think you actually travel across the map faster, but I think the spinning time dial slows down a little bit so that it takes you less time to get from place to place. Okay, so let's we need to take up residence because we're hurt. Regain. Okay. Okay, so this is going to go to earn. Can you just go straight to, no. Okay. I was going to say, can you just go straight to train, but no. All right, let's spend a little money. Sigrun's back. But yeah, like I was saying, like, you know, this game, it really, you know, I mean, you're hearing me blather on about it. You know, it's really compelling when you create your own narrative, right? And it's not like just a game. A game just can't go like, huh, you know, and have you create your own narrative, right? It has to provide you what you need to get the imagination going. But I find, again, Darklands is one of the best. And it's why, what I was going back to earlier, like, at least for the 6 hours I've spent playing Starfield, like, it doesn't hold Skyrim's jock. Like, it just doesn't, compete with capturing my imagination. And like I was saying, I think part of that is because you're constantly sort of spoiling the mood by like fast travel, fast travel, fast travel. I don't know what the answer is to solve that. But I do think I don't know what the answer is, but let me give you the answer. I think that's the trick with trying to create like a huge sprawling space, right? And I don't mean space like outer space, but Starfield is in this case space. But okay. And it's interesting, what I find interesting, maybe it would have been too similar to The Expanse. I'm running a science fiction game. I think I mentioned it. Highly inspired by 2300 AD, but it's also probably even more highly inspired by GURPS Transhuman Space. And it's very much like, people are probably more familiar with The Expanse. And what I liked about The Expanse, what I like about the game I'm running in Transhuman Space / 2300 AD, the rule set is Savage Worlds. It's not any of those. But what I like about that is that, I deliberately chose 2300 AD has a setting that spans multiple systems. And while it's early in humanity's, exploration of the stars, we've gotten out there a little bit, right? It's definitely got like a star map and people, there's like the Chinese arm and the French arm and the American arm. And, but I chose to set my game completely within our solar system. But the thing I was trying to do with that is I still have to make it feel big-ish. It's never going to feel like you're going to jump over to Andromeda. But the problem is that with a lot of these games, once you just jump over to Andromeda, it doesn't feel big because you got to use the jump gate, which is the fast travel, which is, so you end up just bouncing all over the place and the distances don't feel big. You can look on the map and realize you've jumped from one side of the Milky Way to the other. But the mechanics of doing that don't convey the scale, much as it could, I think, in like, well, I don't know why I'm looking over here because I was about to say Elite Dangerous. Let's visit the stables. But I think what that allows you to do, though, is it allows, I would wonder if you confine something to a smaller area like our solar system, which is still immensely huge, especially given Starfield's NASA punk vibe, right? Maybe, I don't know, could you have then, you couldn't have had quite as many places to go, I guess, if they're looking to have thousands upon thousands. But at the same time, when you see some of the planets and it's like point of interest and it's a cave, and there's another point of interest and it's a wreckage, and then there's literally nothing else there. I was watching one video. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to track it down. Maybe it's in my history. It was somebody talking about open world design and how there's like the 40-second rule or something like that, and how Starfield breaks it. I'll see if I can link it in the thing because it was really interesting about how an open world, the underlying psychology of a gamer playing open world games requires that things should be about 40 seconds from each other. And sometimes when I'm playing Skyrim, I'm like, oh, look at the map. There's a thing over there. And you turn around, it's literally like you're tripping on it. That might be partly why. And their example was The Witcher 3. But I just thought it was an interesting take. Let's see. I'll see if I can include that link in the description. It's like a YouTube short. It's like a cut down of the full description, maybe, but I thought it was an interesting point to make. And I don't know if setting a game within the solar system solves that 40-second rule overall, but I'm looking at the horses here. We got a superb horse for 25.71, fast horse, average horse, and a mule. What I don't know is, do you need to buy one for every single person for it to have an effect? That's something I'm going to have to research. I'm not going to spend the money now because I'm not like rolling in cash. I could get 3 average horses. Not doing a mule. I'm not riding in into town in some basic ass bitch whip. But if I could swing, like 4 average horses, that wouldn't be bad. I'm not far off from it, but there's other things I'd rather spend money on. So at the moment, at least. So this is where they want us to go. What is our local reputation? Unknown. Party fame is 22. Maybe that's what's given us some cred. No, I think Würzburg is where we started the game. Okay. Notes. I wonder if this is like if you go to like the Medici or the banking or whatever and trade in money for like a promissory note you can cash in somewhere else. And I wonder if there's an advantage to it. Weight doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, but so we've got a political center, we've got a great fortress, we've got a market, we've got the tall spires of the great churches, we got some guilds, and we got the inn. So let's start with the market. Got a pawn shop again if you want something that's slightly lower quality but cheaper. Let's try the foreign traders. What's C-Card rocking for a weapon? Does he have a weapon? Did I screw this up? Crap, did I? So what's his skill? Edge weapons. Oh, jeez, man. Did I sell his sword? That would be funny. Now just punching fools. So I wonder what an axe counts as. Seems like it would be an edged weapon, right? Let's get some axes going. I'm not going to buy it here, because let me see what the... javelins are kind of a cool idea. You get ball ammunition for... lockpicks. What's the artifice? Sigrun, I think, is our artifice. 26, is that our highest? She's probably better off making eater water, whatever it's called, but still kind of cool. Okay, obviously a nice selection of... Okay, after sizing you up, Casper Fultz shows you a heavy purse. When it's opened, you see 35 florins. Whoa, I think that's a lot. 35 florins. Yeah, we have 11, so that could be a huge... and it's going to be about a robber or a robber knight. That evil robber knight, Werner Salmon, makes it hard for people, my customers, to visit Nurnberg. Sometimes he takes their money, sometimes their lives. Even regular visitors from nearby villages no longer come here. You've seen the reward offered, which is pretty goddamn great, and rid us of this plague and earn the gratitude of every merchant in the city. You consider this carefully. The reward and gratitude seem worthy. But the task is hard. The Raubritters, robber knights of Germany, are hard men served by tough warriors. You inquire about the whereabouts of Werner Salmon, and his castle is northeast of Bamberg. Okay, so... One sec. Apologies, I needed my notebook. Again, I think I mentioned in the last session, for me, nothing beats a number 2 pencil and notebook. I like these little ones just because I can't show you. My desk is not crazy cluttered, but it's not like a wide open, big sky kind of space. So let's see, we need Raubritter. Northeast of Bamberg, which we'll take a look at the map in a second. It's actually not that far. And the quest comes from, this is what I forgot to write down last time, and luckily it was Spire, but from foreign merchants. I wonder if any merchant would have given us this thing, but it's the foreign merchants of Nurnberg. Okay, so that way I've written down where I need to go, what the quest is, kill a Raubritter northeast of Bamberg, and where I need to go back to cash it in, because that's the thing I slipped my mind last time, but I sort of got lucky. So there we go. Picked ourselves up a quest that's going to give us a pretty nice cash infusion. But first, I need to get my boy a weapon. I don't want there. I'm looking for, let's see, the main streets. I'm looking for the guilds, I guess. Craft guilds. Let's check those out. We don't want less violent pursuits. We want more violent pursuits. So let's check out that. We're going to go with the Swordsmith's Lane. I mean, I'm going to go to the Gunsmith just to see. The Bowyer offers a brass handgun, which we got for free. It's 2,000 Pfennig, so that's not bad. I should load up on ball shot. I feel like I should make a dirty joke, but ball ammo and whoever's got the highest like crossbow skill, just see if that's what the gun does, because I'm kind of curious how long it would take to reload that thing. In my mind, it's one of those things where, you think crossbows are slow. Let's go to the swordsmith and let's see what they've got as far as axes go. They got a long sword, which I think is what I had, but they're 37 quality. That's pretty good. So a lot of the stuff we've been dealing with has been roughly 25 quality. So definitely a bump up. So that's good. And maybe we should start looking to swap out our, if somebody's got a, like Eckhart's military hammer. What is it? It's 24. So maybe we're looking to, if we like the idea of a military hammer, we, I wonder if your speaking skills affect prices. I have no knowledge one way or another, but yeah, maybe Henri starts looking at a halberd. Just to get because it'll help us, do more damage through better armor, right? Maybe that's part of this mid game. I'll have to read that link. Maybe it's starting to. You're not just getting the equipment you need to survive. You're now getting the equipment you need to. You're looking for the good stuff. So let me barter for another person. We're going to barter for C card, and we're going to buy a battle axe. It's going to take 1,000 Pfennig off. So we're not broke. Apologies again. I mentioned, because it's so nice, I wanted to open the windows, but that means the occasional traffic noise comes by. Our street's not too crazy, but there can be a car that comes by every now and then. Okay, so we're going to leave. That's good enough for now. Let's see what the armor has got, because I feel like our armor is not great because we've been 37 quality. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, so it's got a little bit of everything for vitals and for... I'm really thinking, I'm wondering if this polearm experiment with Henri isn't worth it. Unfortunately, well, impale. Could you use like a spear with a shield? I feel like that's a classic, right? So there it is. That's our thinking of the Roman Empire for today. Because I think they had units that did that. So But I'm going to hold off for now. But Sigurd, because I'm an idiot, Sigurd did need a weapon. Raises the question, though, is a battle axe actually a one-handed weapon or a two-handed weapon? It seemed to, I'll show you the picture, which is what threw me. It's got a little bit going on, right? So right now I'm just trying to check equipment. Trying to see what skill stuff uses. My fear is that I just bought a two-handed weapon. No, because the field axe has got the double. There's little notations here next to certain weapons. And I feel like that notation, but maybe a field axe is just a pretty big effing axe. And I just bought myself a two-handed. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to go with it and we'll see what the shield does. Maybe you can just sort of stick a shield somehow. I don't know. Okay, so we did that. Let's go to the main street. Let's go to the spires. I don't know how it is for you folks out there, like the 8 people that check these out, which I really appreciate it. It's nice to know. Hopefully, I don't know too many people at the current moment playing some Darklands, so I hope this is scratching an itch or giving you a peek into a game you might have missed, because you can easily get it. Again, I would probably... The GOG version gives you the better document downloads, I think, but the Steam version has the improved DOSBox, the SVN DOM, whatever. Let's start with the university. Let's see if we can hire a teacher. That's fine, whatever. All about the fees. So now we've set that up. Let's try... You know what? What I want to do is I want to go to... We're going to go to the inn and set up shop just so we can start learning. So we're going to take up residence. Sigurd's going to earn. Henri's going to earn. Sigrun is going to train. What is she going to train? I think, again, I want Latin. Because I'm trying to get... And then Eckhart is going to earn. So let's spend a day doing this. Let's see if our money goes up or down. Okay, it's going down by some Groschen and Fenning, so I can't tell if it worked. No, okay, I think she was already at 31 for Speak Latin, so doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, anybody else, can she train or study alchemy? No, I don't want you to do that. That would be a waste. Because this doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's try alchemy. Okay, so we got a point there. Let's see if she can do... Let's Speak Latin again. I feel like I'm just... Oh, there we go. 31, 32. She got something. So it looks like she's done training. Let's see if Henri can... What could he learn that would help? Read, write, maybe? I don't know. Let's earn a little money. Let's see. Nope, he's done training. We might be done training. Everybody might be done. Okay, that's fine. So with that, I want to get a little bit of a bump to Latin in case it was the difference of not getting laughed at the university. That was the whole... Knowledge that may improve your Philosopher's Stone. I need to figure out how to get a Philosopher's Stone. Let's see. So we hired a teacher. Let's see if we can do some alchemical formulas. After a mere hour of searching, you find the offices of professors of alchemy and philosophy. The master alchemist is willing to discuss providing information, but points out that the schools do not... Yep, that's fine. We got to pay for it. That's fine. So I wonder if we were like just shy of 30 or whatever. Maybe somehow there was just a threshold we just crossed. So let's see, we can learn the following formulas. Thunderbolt, Noxious Aroma, which is going to be Poison Gas Cloud for the D&D folk out there. Flammel's Eye Burn, which I assume is going to be some kind of irritant. That's going to... And then Black Cloud. That I don't know. So let's do a quick thing. Thunderbolt, I think, is sort of like a flashbang. Alchemy. Noxious Aroma is, yeah, like I think Poisonous Gas Cloud. It's a low risk, so that means if you're trying to mix it, like you're trying to do a little Breaking Bad in the hotel, the chances of you blowing up the place are pretty low. Where an alchemy potion like Sunburst has a high degree of risk, so you could just blow everything up. Let's see, Black Cloud is a low risk, but it's not telling me what it does. It's just telling me... It's just a list. It's not telling me... Oh, wait, here we go. Let's see. Noxious Aroma. If someone's hit by this potion, agility, perception, and skills are cut in half. If they're not hit but within the effect, it's only by a quarter. But still. What else do we got? We got Noxious Eye Burn. If someone is hit by this potion, movement stops, and no new orders are allowed. So it sounds like it blinds them. However, if attacked or already fighting, the target can fight hand to hand. Your skills are 2/3 of normal. Okay. Black Cloud, but it's Thunderbolt. Let's just check that one. These are the battle potions, so that's why it's explaining what it does. The explosive bomb causes varying amounts of damage. It's not a flash bang, it's a real bang. Basically, it's if everyone within the burst is hit by a missile. So it's a grenade. The damage value and penetration of each missile varies with the potion's quality and distance. So how far you are. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a grenade. Which, that could be handy. So let's see if I can find Scott's Black Cloud. Eater Water is destructive acid, so it could probably burn through armor. Okay, so here's equipment improvement potions. Basically, I'm looking for Black Cloud, personal improvement potions. Okay, other potions. Black Cloud is a smoke screen and has a wide variety of interesting uses. So that's the kind of, wow, and then you're gone. Okay, so I think out of those, I like the idea of, you know what, I need to check the risk, because if I'm mixing potions, that could help me bump my alchemy up. So Noxious Aroma is low. I have a feeling that Thunderbolt, which was the other one that seemed interesting, might be high. If I can just find it. Eater Water would be cool too, but... True Sight. Oh, there's a lot of interesting ones here. But where is Thunderbolt? I'm going to assume it's a high risk. Yes, high risk. Okay, so I'm going to go for... Let's go for Noxious Aroma. Because that one's a low risk. So we're going to have Sigrun Noxious Aroma. Can I just buy all of them? I mean, is there a reason why? Oh, what was that? Latin terms, arrogant students. Okay, we're back to getting laughed at. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So Noxious, what I just got. Whoop, dropping stuff. You know what? Let's do this. Let's stop for now. When we pick this back up, we'll figure out. Let's go back to the inn just to. Where's the? Oh, here we go. Can I just save? Yeah. Let's stop for now. When we get back, we will take a look at, the Saints. We'll try and get a few more in the repertoire, and then maybe we'll purchase some alchemical things to make some Noxious Cloud potions. See what it's like to mix some stuff here in the inn. See if that bumps our alchemy up at all, and go from there. I guess I should finish saving the game. But yeah, so thank you very much again. Black Lodge Trivia Night. We do actual plays of RPGs. That's our main thing. we have, there's a truck outside, so I apologize. You know, we have, it's going to be a while before this one goes up, but coming up next is the final session of Call of Cthulhu Scratch. So that'll be up by the time you see this. We're going to be continuing with Menace Under Otari tonight. It's a Thursday. So I'm very much looking forward to that. We're trying to see how much we can get in before Patrick welcomes a potential, like a new member of his family. So, yeah, so that's what's on deck. So again, thank you very much. If you want to get the audio versions of those actual plays or our Damn Fine Coffee or Bookhouse Boys sort of podcasts about various RPG things, wherever you get your podcasts, or here on the YouTube channel, you can watch the video versions of all those. Again, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do whatever if you want. And thank you again. We'll be back soon because now that I'm not worrying about Starfield, I might not try and have two things going. I picked up Starfield just because it was new and like, oh yeah, okay, let's see what everybody's talking about. But now that it's just this, I'm really enjoying this. So hopefully there's a few of you out there for which this is fun. Again, so thank you and take care. Bye-bye.